Hey everyone, I hope you're well. This is CoinsKid. Just going to XRP, and once again, thank you for support. Okay, we've got a CoinsKid coup, so I'll get into the XRP chart with you in a moment. Like I said to you, I do think we are in a 5-wave move from January of 2023 for XRP, and I do think it will complete this year. Okay, so that's the scenario that I'm looking at. Whether or not it does it, late this year or early January, like it did in 2017 into 18, right there, I'll go through that with scenario with you. But there's a couple of things that I'm looking at and the data points that I rely on to call the top. Basically, one is the CKR, and typically every single cycle gets really overbought and it starts to go dark red basically, and you're taking off. The CKR is all the way up there at 100. It was there as well, and we've not quite got there. We sort of got up to roughly 81 on Tuesday, December 17th, where I think a corrections began for Bitcoin. As you can clearly see, we've come down here, we've come up in a lower high, but we've got high highs in the likes of XRP and Bitcoin. So I actually think we've been in a correction since that point right there, okay, in December. So once the correction's over, I do think there will be continuation in this bull market. So I look for clues. In the major risk on environment, which is the S&P 500, which I think, and I've relayed this to you many times, I actually think it's in a raging bull market right now. So the minute that turns down, starts to produce bearish market structure, okay, we have to respect that. But the minute I'm just relaying the data to you, and I hope you understand that, okay? Not perm bull, perm bear, whatever. I'm just relaying the data points to you. So the CKR has not got really overextended. And equally, there is something else that, we do typically see get really overextended and print the top in every single cycle. And we've just not seen it yet. Let me show you right now. It's an indicator section on CoinsKid.com, and it's called the Pi Cycle Top Indicator. Let's take a quick look at that before getting to the XRP chart review, okay? So the Pi Cycle Top is a fantastic indicator. It's never been wrong so far, okay? And obviously, if it is wrong, what we won't see in this particular cycle is the golden cross, okay? Which is basically really simple. Whenever you see a golden cross on the green and red line, which is basically the red line is the 350-day moving average times 2. The green line is the 111-day moving average, okay? So whenever we've seen these cross positively, where the green line crosses the red line, that always indicates within a few days the top of the bull run there for Bitcoin, okay? And obviously it enters that major correction. We've seen it every 4 years, okay, and this year we've not seen it, okay? So this is why I do think with the data that's stacking up right now, we're not seeing a final fifth wave for Bitcoin, we're not seeing that fifth wave for XRP since January 2023 right there. I do think there's a chance, okay, just given the data and what we've done before in previous cycles. So there's no perma bear, perma bull, whatever. It's just simple data. So this year, if this fails to come up, the blue line, which is the price of Bitcoin, fails to attack the red line, get above it and go parabolic, then obviously, it's broken and we have to throw this particular indicator in the bin. But so far, I don't see any reason to look at this as being broken, because we've done exactly what I anticipated. For anyone paying attention, we bottomed in November of 2022. The minute we got above this moving average in January, this is one of the confluencing factors way back when, in January, with the confluence of the S&P breaking out, and obviously Bitcoin within itself closing above its weekly 20 EMA, I relayed to you the exact point as well that Bitcoin got its ass back above the green line on the moving average of the Pi Cycle Top, okay? Got its ass above, and it's been trending up ever since. Now, the confluence of the correction that I predicted and forecast last March, for anyone paying attention, I didn't expect a wave 4 correction, was really simple. It was a fact that we was tapping that level of resistance, okay, because every time we hit that, we have a correction for Bitcoin. We hit it first time there in 2016, correction, held the green line, bolted. We hit it here as well in 2019, hit the red line, out of correction, bolted. Okay, so one thing we've not done in this particular cycle, which we've done in every single cycle, is get above the red line. Okay, so if it happens, amazing. If it starts to take it out, wow, this indicator will call the top again. But if it doesn't, then obviously it's broken. But at the minute, I'm just relaying the data to you. I hope you understand that. And it's part of my confidence analysis that we will see the top for Bitcoin this year. So we're only in the second month so far. We've got a long way to go. Typically in this particular cycle here in 2017, if we take a look, as it rallied Bitcoin towards the end of the year right there, which is my primary expectation here for Bitcoin, we had lots of ups and downs along the way. Okay, so we bust out there in May, which is something I'm looking at as a potential scenario, bust above in May, then a big pullback, then a continuation towards the end of the year. So I think we've got a rinse repeat on Crypto Street of this particular cycle here and this cycle here, okay? So I'm looking at that as a potential scenario that Bitcoin does actually top this year, because what we see is a top there in 2013, a top in 2017, and a top in 2021, and equally what we're doing right now, another 4 years later, we may actually be coming in for the top again. And if we do start to come in for the top this year at any point, we will see the pi cycle golden cross, where the green line crosses the red line. That's always the tippy top within, you know, a few days right there. Obviously with the confluence of the CKR being really overextended as well. So I don't necessarily see them data points at the moment, but the minute I do, then obviously I think the top's in given the data points that I'm looking at. Could it be broken? Absolutely. There's no guarantees that it will play out again. And obviously if we go this year where Bitcoin doesn't start to come back up the stairs and it doesn't attack that red line, which is your 350-day MA moving average, which currently sits at roughly $145,000, if it doesn't begin to break out and if it doesn't get to them levels anytime this year, then yeah, we've got to respect that this particular indicator is broken, the 4-year cycles are broken, and something's wrong with Bitcoin and it's not adhering to those 4-year cycles anymore. Okay, and obviously the patterns and the indicators that have been created over the years are no longer working for Bitcoin, equally with the CKR. But I'm going to give it its due. I do think the fact that we are missing a final fifth wave here for Bitcoin, and obviously XRP from that January 2023 low as well, I think there's data structurally in the charts with the data points that I'm looking at in these indicators. Let me dive into the XRP chart right now to show exactly what I'm talking about, okay? So looking at XRP on the weekly time frame, a lot of confidence that that was a beautiful little bottom and a sweet spot for XRP that I relayed to. I think the S&P broke out right there in January. Bitcoin got above its 20-week EMA. Bitcoin equally got above the 111-day EMA right there over the pi cycle top. And they're all the data points. If you go back to the videos in early January right there, I was relaying them opportunities to you, okay? Beautiful opportunities because of the data, okay? So what I'm looking at from this point here, I did say to you I expect a 5-wave move up. I gave you the target at 1.618, around about 82 cents, where I did think we would enter a macro correction. You know, what I didn't envision is the duration of this correction, to be honest with you. I did think it would be over sooner, but obviously with some kind of flag pattern that come back like this. But in all of this structure, I did remain bullish on XRP, okay? And I did say to you, everything that's pulling back is a buying opportunity. And I kept relaying that in the videos against the herd mentality, against the naysayers, against, you know, many people that switched off. I did say to you that all of this is flagging corrective price structure. So if you ever see 5 waves up like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you become bearish, okay? And then typically if you start to see flagging structure coming back, it's flagged basically. It's flagging after 5-wave move up, and that's exactly what this was. So like I relayed to you, I think this is a wave 2 correction, and then the next move that comes up should be a ferocious, powerful move that's a 3rd wave. So I actually still think we're in the 3rd wave, and the reason is, it's really simple, that we've not seen 5 waves. Although a lot of people think that that's a 5th wave, I actually think that's a B-wave bull trap of a 4th wave. I'll go through this with you. So I think there's a wave missing here, okay? And the confluence obviously with the data points that I'm looking at the pi cycle top and the CKR and things like that, I actually think that this is a 3rd wave coming up, and you know, it's representing this power of this beautiful vertical, which is a ferocious move. But all of this here, this is still your 3rd wave that you're in for XRP. So I hope you understand, hope you're staying with me, and I'll go through and be as far as I can. Obviously I'm looking for the validation and I just don't see it yet. A lot of people say moon top, bull top, whatever, but I'm just relaying the data to you, okay? So basically we've had a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is a leading diagonal at that point, okay? So from January to July, in 2023 was a beautiful 5-wave move that we nailed. Is a 1.618 fib at 82 cents, okay? Then we came in for the correction, but this correction was flagging like this, okay? Overlapping price structure. At this point we broke out the flag, back test, boom, we absolutely bolted. So this did everything that I anticipated in the 3rd wave. I said to you, I think that this 3rd wave here is a vertical. It has the characteristics to come up, take out that high and the all-time high. So I actually think that this is still the 3rd wave, and I'll go through this with you, okay? So from this retracement, which is basically a 786 fib retracement, we nailed this buyback zone around about 0.38 cents on this God candle back test, okay, in the summer. So at this point, if you take a look, really simple, from here we've seen a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the 1st wave, okay? Then we've had this flag wave 2. We bottomed here and we've seen a 1 into a 2, into a 3, into what I thought was a 4 and a final 5th wave, but I actually think that that's a B wave bull trap. It's part of the 4th wave. This is an A, this is a B, this is a C. It's called an expanded flat correction. So what we're missing in all of this 3rd wave to take out the all-time high, which is the characteristics of a 3rd wave, is a 5th wave. So I think over the next few months, once this bottoms out, goes sideways on the 20-week EMA, I think we see another leg up here for XRP. A lot of people say I'm a moon tile, bull tile, whatever, but I think we see another leg up, and then we have a sideways 4, and then the final 5th wave, which is began here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I hope you understand. And then that's it. That's the end of the bull run. And we've got the data stacking up. Bitcoin tops this year, 4-year cycle. We've got the pi cycle top that prints. So this is my primary expectation at the moment. I do think we could see at least a minimal impulsive move from January 2023 to the 1.272 at $8.31 in this cycle for XRP. So that's my primary expectation at the moment. I don't see any reason for that to be invalidated, and this is why I do still remain bullish. But it's at this point right now, at this part of the cycle, that I'm looking at other opportunities to make a lot of money. We've done incredibly well on XRP on these buy zones that I've been nailing, since I've been covering XRP in this channel. Beautiful buy zones that I relay to you. But it's at this point right now, if you measure this move from here to the 1.272, it's roughly 238%. We're seeing those sort of moves in micro caps and meme coins, and this is why a lot of people give me slack and hate, but I'm just looking at opportunities in this cycle as we get towards the end of this cycle. I'm looking at opportunities in micro caps, and I think Fartboy could be one of those opportunities. So again, if you're not already involved in Fartboy, definitely try and get some exposure to that particular meme coin, because it's absolutely blowing up. Massive community behind it. CEX listings are coming out as well, so it's a fantastic project that we've jumped into. If you're not checking the Fartboy videos out as well, do check them out. Okay, there's a lot of TA and important information in videos. So my primary expectation at the moment is the confluence of many of the charts, A, B, C. Then we should begin to come back up, have a 4, boom, 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 boom. Oh no, it's gone to 0, potentially hold the all-time high, and then bang. We at least rally to that level there. And I could be wrong. It could absolutely explode there, come back and do something like that. Who knows? But the minute we start to see 5 waves out of this move up, we've got to become micro to macro bearish for a wave 4. And from here, it'd be some kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. WXY correction, which is a wave 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is your wave 3. Then a 4 goes sideways, then a final 5th wave coming up, and then that's it. You've got a macro 5-wave move up from that bottom in January 2023. And at that point, you've got to be looking extremely, taking profit off the table after a macro 5-wave move up like that. So that's my analysis on XRP. Let me dive into the hourly time frame round to see what we can see. Okay. Look at XRP on the hourly time frame at the moment. I think there's a case that is the bottom. Obviously, there's no guarantees. I'm looking at a couple of reasons. On the 4-hourly, we did actually get really, really oversold down there last Monday on that 20-week EMA, which is pretty much the level we bottomed in July. Okay, so there's a little bit of confidence in the RSI. I think the RSI is a very important thing. Not a lot of people look at it. There's your low in July. You've seen a beautiful move up from that low, and it's exactly where we got oversold to on last Monday, basically, which was a week ago tomorrow. So a nice little sweet spot. That is actually a sweet spot and a buy zone I did relay to you in a video. Basically, if you lost this $2.50 level, I did say to you, put some bids on a 20-week EMA for the big boy bounce. And so far it has been a nice little bounce. Look at that, roughly 32%. So it's doing amazingly. But what I want to see from this low here in the RSI and in the price action is 5 waves to the upside. Don't quite see it yet, okay? Because obviously there's always the chance that this is not your low, and we'll have another little flush out, creating the final 5th wave in C down to this zone here, around about $1.63. So that will be the next big boy bounce buy zone. But I don't want to say it's going to do that, because at the moment we have seen a little bit of confluence of that low there being really, really, really oversold in a potential flush. Look at this waterfall flush, basically. So a potential selling climax that right now we just need to see a structural bottom being created on that selling climax, and then okay, you've got a nice structural bottom in which we start to break out a reversal pattern, basically. There's many types of reversal patterns. There's Adam and Eve bottoms, possibly working on one right now like this. It's an Adam and Eve bottom from this low here, so we need to see this rally into this resistance, get rejected, create a higher low. Then you're looking at some kind of ascending triangle, Adam and Eve bottom, triple bottom pattern, where you have a V-shaped recovery, round off like this, break out, see you later, boom, you've gone. And that was your opportunity right there. So that would be amazing. But like I said to you, I don't necessarily think it's going to do it overnight. Structural bottoms take quite a long time to play out. If we look at this particular bottom down here for XRP, it came up impulsively, correctively, and then sideways in a range, and then broke out eventually. Okay, after all this chop sideways, shaking weekends out. But structurally, what he was doing, he was running to a level of resistance, making high-low structure, which is what I relayed to you, okay? And then boom, we broke out. So possibly a 1 into an ABC2, and then boom, you broke out on that 3rd point resistance of a whopping ascending triangle over a long period of time. Okay, a nice, beautiful structural bottom. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm just going to be patient right now in the current time frame for this structural bottom for XRP, where we will start to build some really big long positions. But at the minute, I am entertaining micro long and short positions on XRP, and I relayed that to you the other day. There was a nice little sweet bullish divergence here on the 4-hourly time frame, broke this channel. Look at that back test, and right now we're coiling up, looking for another move to at least this level once more, where if we do start to come up here, resistance, support, resistance, high level support, from left to right, create a reversal pattern will be absolutely amazing. So we've just got to be patient here, okay? Be patient. I know a lot of people want to pile in with their life savings, but there's absolutely no guarantees that my primary count that we will see another 5th wave to the upside will play out, so I am purely relying on the data and the missing final 5th wave here of the 3rd wave. So there's a little bit of confluence right now that all we've done since here in December, is have an expanded flat correction, bottomed, and looking for another impulsive move to the upside. Is there any other confluence to that particular analysis? Well, yes, I did show you in a recent video. What I do like to look for to build my confluence analysis is other charts. So if we drop the V-chain chart in just there, you can clearly see at the same time, V-chain began a correction pretty much when XRP did in December. V-chain's had an A, lower high B, boom, C. So we've got a zigzag basically in V-chain, but we've got an expanded flat in XRP because of how bullish it is, okay? And equally in Bitcoin. So I'll leave you with that. But so far so good. This may be the bottom. It's a sweet spot buy zone that I gave you a few weeks ago. We've seen a nice little bounce, but right now we're just going to be patient for that structural bottom for the final fifth wave in 3 before a bigger, boring, prolonged sideways wave 4 correction before the final fifth wave of a macro move that began in January 2023 right there. So I hope you understand what I'm talking about. Thank you for support. Thank you for tuning in. Take care, everyone. Back to another update on XRP. Stay safe and stay tuned. Bye-bye.